Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Carly, really, I'm more concerned about the hockey game tonight.
Are you?
Well, no, I mean, that was a big deal, obviously, but everyone's pretty excited about the hockey game.
Of course they are, but there was some hardware handed out here last night to some very deserving athletes, so we have that story coming up in Sports Tonight too.
Look forward to that. And Gerard, all I can notice really about the weather, that it's raining.
The farmers will definitely be happy. I hope it's raining in Kitskoty as well. Let's look at it right now. Proper 17 is where we're sitting at. 71% is that humidity, gradually rising. The winds out of the northwest, a little bit on the cool side at 18 kilometers an hour. And as we compare across the region there, apart from the rain by us, the lakelands have also continued to have the rain. The Battlefords, it's eased off just a little bit, but for the lakeland as well, a rainfall warning is in effect. We'll talk about the implications of that in just a little bit. Jacob, it's back to you.
We'll have more on the government's intentions to enact legislation to end that dispute later on in the cast. Well, as we reported earlier this week, a new scam is making its rounds across Canada and is now targeting people here in the Midwest. You might receive an official sounding phone call from someone claiming to be from Microsoft.
They said that our computer had alerted them and told them that we had corrupt files and viruses on our computer. They then asked me to pull up some files on my computer.
The files the caller asked to see are on everyone's computer, and somehow they also knew other details like full names, so at first, the call sounded legitimate.
They wanted me to allow them on the computer by remote access, and luckily I knew what that was, so I was starting to get a little skeptical at that point.
Granting remote access would literally give the caller full control of your computer, including passage to private files which can be used for identity theft. It could also provide the scammers with the key to your online banking. Microsoft confirmed that this was fraudulent activity, and the RCMP confirmed that this was the #1 scam in Canada right now, but that there was very little that they could do.
They said to spread the word through Facebook, media, everything, because there's nothing they can do about it because they are out of the country, mostly from India and Indonesia that are doing this.
The RCMP and the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre would still like you to report these incidents so they can better track the patterns the fraudsters use and continue to alert the public when they crop up in different parts of the country.
Well, the doors opened to the public back in January, but today was the official grand opening for the Bold Centre in Lac La Biche. As Clayton Brown explains, many community members were in attendance, along with some special guests campaigning for the leadership of the provincial PC party.
3, 2, 1, cut.
The Bold Centre has garnered a lot of attention throughout the province of Alberta. It was also recently announced a high school will be built onto the facility. But the grand opening was about more than just the building.
It is very much about a day of community getting together to support the needs of today and into the future.
The Bold Centre is absolutely awesome. This is a facility that is second to none in the province, I'm sure. And have two of these types of facilities associated with my constituency, the Tri-Leisure in Spruce Grove and Service Place in St. Albert.
The official grand opening of the Bold Centre is only one stop on a tour throughout the Lac La Biche St. Paul constituency by MLA Ray Daniluk and PC leader hopeful Doug Horner. Horner is campaigning throughout Alberta as the PC leadership election heats up.
What we're trying to get out of this tour, if you will, is not only to get out and meet people and talk about getting their support, but also to listen to them. What do they want Alberta to look like 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now?
The Minister of Infrastructure, Ray Daniluk, is throwing his support behind Horner. Daniluk believes Horner has the right makeup to lead the party and the province.
Doug has always been an individual that has done his homework. He is very articulate. He's an individual that understands rural Alberta.
Horner says he sees the potential for Alberta to be a world leader in many areas, but he says it starts with us.
We have to unleash Albertans all through the province, so our education becomes a priority. Building that Campus Alberta approach that we talked about with places like Portage College or Lakeland. That's the kind of thing that we need to actually expand.
Daniluk and Horner also visited Elk Point and St. Paul. In Lac La Biche, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Well, congratulations to Alan Rath of Kitskoty. He's $25,000 richer today after the early bird draw on the lucky Lloyd Lotto was picked this afternoon.
Yeah, Alan, hello. Are you somewhere where you can speak?
In front of the media, Lloydminster Regional Health Foundation Chair Richard Starkey made the call to share the good news.
The winning ticket number is...
All proceeds from this year's lotto go to a remote maternal monitoring unit at the Lloydminster Hospital that will allow nursing staff to oversee expecting mothers and their babies. But don't worry, today was just the early bird draw. There's still opportunities to get your name in.
Somebody has to win, and that's the great thing about it. And so when I reach in a couple of weeks and pull out a ticket for $250,000, you know, somebody will win that prize. And I mean, if you have a ticket in the barrel, you have a chance. So, you know, and for the last number of years, you know, we've made that call, and I've had the chance to tell those people that, and it's exciting for people.
Last year was the first year the lotto sold out completely. With a couple days left to grab yours, tickets are currently 90% sold out.
So you've just got 2 more days to buy those tickets, and we will have the final draw for the lottery on Thursday, June the 30th at, I believe we're starting at about 10 a.m. And we will draw a couple hundred cash prizes that day, including the $250,000 grand prize.